What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the 611th edition of TSR Live, your daily dose of red pill truth, wisdom, and awareness. It is day 2 out of 14 of the Bold Fortnight. That's right. I'm going to be breaking down articles written on bold.com, and yes, that is B-O-L-D-E. That is spelled with an E at the end, bold.com. And today's article was written by a huge fan of the show. She cannot get enough of the show. She has been hypercritical of the show. She's probably one of the biggest fans of the show. I, of course, am talking about one Janelle Testa. Now, Miss Testa's made quite a few appearances on the show, the first of which came way back in episode 499. Which Janelle herself, if you guys will look at your screen, she actually caught wind of episode 499 and attempted to get it taken down to no avail, as you guys can clearly see. If you guys are reading your screen, if you look at your screen, Janelle Testa caught wind of the video and said, it says, before feminism and after feminism, I'm the target of a very hateful anti-feminist video that has 83,000 views and counting. I don't know if anything can be done, but my friend says you can report accounts for bullying. Will you click the link in my IG bio and report that? I haven't even watched the video or read the comments, and I don't plan to, but I've been told it's horrifying. Thank you for your help. Let me know that you've done the reporting. Yeah, see, the reason why Janelle didn't read or didn't watch the video, nor did she read the comments, is because she didn't want to get hit in the truth. She knew that everything I was saying in that video was 100% truthful. She knows this. The truth hurts, guys. Janelle Testa knew and understood that. That's why she tried to get out in front of this. Let's take a look. Pardon me. Here's another picture that tells you all you need to know about Janelle. Right? Definitely a pill popper, like most feminists. You can see that she's got a slew of pills. She says, there's no shame in the medicine game. I have a lot to say about this, but I don't feel like stringing together the words. Let me take a stab at this handful of pills here. Let's see if I can get this right. I'm going to go with an antidepressant to keep bad thoughts away. Let's see. It looks like there's an anti-anxiety med to cope with the inevitability of ending up alone. Looks like she's got an Ambien in there to knock her out so she can cry herself to sleep. Doxycycline to clear up her chlamydia, again, and birth control because she's totally allergic to latex and lambskin, and of course, a Plan B pill because she forgot to take her birth control yesterday. How's my aim, Miss Testa? How's my aim? Am I close? Am I far? I don't know. You never really know with these kinds of things. Anyway, let's take a look. Let's take a look at Janelle's Instagram here. And again, for those of you who are not familiar with this broad, I'm doing this to sort of give you an idea in terms of who and what we are talking about. And you can see that her Instagram is basically just filled with a bunch of body positivity, right? I prefer my food without a side of guilt or shame, so she's giving herself an excuse to eat like an animal. When I obsess over the shape of you, I rob myself of experiencing how magnificent you truly are. Your worth has nothing to do with your weight. It's nothing but I'm a fat girl and I'm okay with it. Cancel diet culture, you guys can see there. Body positivity. Blah, 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 blah. You are not defined by a number on the scale. Then, of course, here's a stretch mark laden picture. It says, no, you are absolutely fat. Don't hate your legs. They take you places. So, yeah, again, this is her trying to come to grips with the fact that she is a fat and undesirable woman and that she is okay with it. Janelle Testa, if she could take a pill to make her thin tomorrow, she would do it today. Do not let these overweight tell you that they are okay with being plus size. They're not okay with being plus size. It says there in the chat, JB84 says her IG is really, really, really wacky. Now, her Instagram doesn't really do her justice in terms of in terms of presenting just how thoroughly feminism has destroyed this chick. So I want you guys to check out these before and after pictures, guys. And again, we'll get to the article here in a second. I just want to make sure we all know who we're talking about. So you're looking at the girl on the left, right? That actually used to be Janelle Testa. Janelle used to be a pretty decent looking girl. Let's take a look at another one. There you are, before and after feminism, guys. Look, take a look at the girl on the right. She has a full leg sleeve tattoo, it looks like. Short hair. She's put on weight. Bunch of piercings. It's just a bunch of nonsense. This is how, guys, listen, if there are any ladies watching this, if there are any women watching this particular podcast, I would urge you to pay attention today, because this is what feminism does. This is what feminism does to women. It literally destroys them. It robs women of their youth, robs them of their shape, robs them of their identity. Nate Dogg says, a woman trying so hard to be a man. Yeah, man. Let's look at one more. Look at this. Look at this. Before feminism, after feminism. Look at the girl on the left. The girl on the left is pretty, eyes shining with curiosity. You can see in her face that she's not so innocent. A lot of innocent girls are the freakiest. I'll be the first to tell you that. But the girl on the left looks pretty good. She looks all right. Then you look at the girl on the right. Same girl, guys. Same girl. No femininity. She's got the bull ring. I don't know what color her hair is. All sorts of tattoos. She's probably got piercings that we can't even see. I mean, it is obvious that feminism has destroyed this woman. So her article is entitled, "I used to settle for anyone, but now my standards are super high." These basic quote unquote bold, they're so predictable, aren't they? Right? Like, dude, they're absolutely so predictable. It's like they study up on the red pill and model their lives after what we so accurately predict with shocking similarities. Like, you can't make this stuff up, guys. You absolutely cannot make this stuff up. Here this chick is, who, by the way, 3 days ago wrote an article entitled, "I was a serial dater." Actually, I can actually show you that right now. "I was a compulsive serial dater. Here's how I'm breaking the cycle." Wrote that 3 days ago, who, by the way, she has admitted that she had to go to a 12-step rehabilitation process to train herself not to be a... Now talking about, my standards are super high. Listen, baby girl, listen. Your standards can be as high as they want. That is your right as a human being. You can like what you like. You can have standards. But just because you have standards doesn't mean that you're worth making those standards. The reason I demand a lot from Devin is because I live my life at a high level. That's all there is to it. I'm high value. I'm a high earner. I am freakishly disciplined, so I can have high standards. But when you look at Janelle Testa, that's just unrealistic. You can't, listen, as a man, you can't be 356 pounds talking about, I need my girl to have that hourglass figure. Nah, fam, it does not work that way. Just like it doesn't work when a mid-30s post-wall, tatted-up, overweight super says her standards are super high. But let a man talk about his standards, then all of a sudden he's branded with labels such as misogynist, sexist, shallow, etc., etc. So let's go ahead and get this party started and break this bad boy down. It starts, quote, "In the past, I'd go on a date with anyone. I'd share my time with whoever wanted it, regardless of whether or not they were good for me. My meter for reading situations and people just wasn't very good yet. Over time, though, my standards have risen, and it's had an amazing effect on my dating life." Translation: in the past, I'd have sex with anyone. I'd share my body with whoever wanted it, regardless of whether or not they were good for me. My meter for reading situations and people has always been great because I am a female, and females have better instincts and are more perceptive as a matter of evolutionary survival. But now that I'm no longer getting the same attention from the same men, I'm going to pretend I didn't know any better as an excuse to raise my standards. Gentlemen, blame shifting is the most common female behavior here in 2020. Nothing is ever their fault. They didn't know any better. It was all his fault. They never just own up to their actions and say, hey, I knew the bad boys weren't good for me, but I fucked them anyway because bad boys turned me on. Nope. This wants us to believe that she was this innocent little naive girl who didn't know any better and was taken advantage of by all of those big, bad, misogynistic rapists walking around looking for someone to get the f out of here with that, Janelle. Number 1, she says, my standards used to be lower. The bar for who I let into my life, she says, was pretty low. I didn't need someone wonderful. Pretty much anyone would do. It was sad, but I didn't realize that I was living this way. I just thought that this was just the way things were. As a result, I was often left feeling hurt and wondering why. I found myself with people who didn't really care about me. They usually just cared about sex. Here she goes again, guys. Telling us that she didn't realize she was living this way and that she thought that this was just the way things were. Gentlemen, I cut these kinds of women zero slack because they are fully coherent when making bad decisions. She tells on herself again when she says pretty much anyone would do, which means she fucked any guy who wanted to fuck her. Guys, don't ever let a woman lead you to believe that she was a slut by accident. Don't ever let a woman make you think that she didn't know that she was that she didn't know that 5 guys in 5 days was her naivety, or that she didn't realize anything was wrong with it. Sluts are never sluts by accident, guys. Never forget that. Number 2, I didn't know what I wanted. Oh boy, here we go. I was attracting the wrong people because I didn't know exactly what I wanted. I sort of shrugged at the dating and took whatever came my way. This was sad because I let other people dictate the terms of the relationship without really participating at all in the decision. Ambiguity, she says, is a really gross thing in dating, and it is not at all ideal for developing a healthy relationship. That's probably why I didn't have any. So now she wants us to think that she kept attracting the wrong guys because she just didn't know what she wanted. Yet, she kept attracting the same guys who fucked her and chucked her, and she hated it so much that she kept doing it with the same guys in the same way for a decade and a half. The fact that these guys dictated terms of the relationship is exactly what turned her on. Guys who are take charge, guys who do not compromise when it comes to their wants and needs, those are the guys that women chase. Janelle Testa was no different. Then more blame shifting, right? As she said she didn't participate in the decision in terms of the direction of the relationship, as if to imply that she was forced into these 3-week fests with these charming types. Next thing you know, she'll be writing an article entitled, I just realized that every guy I had sex with f***ed me. Now you guys laugh and we chuckle, but trust me when I tell you, that shit's coming. Trust and believe. Number 4, now, she says, I know what I want. Thank goodness that I finally have a grasp on what I expect from someone I date. These are called standards, and mine are crystal clear to me. I'm not flip-floppy or loose about how I go about dating. Since I know what I want, I can look for exactly that. No more wasting my time stumbling around, trying to find love without any sort of framework. Oh, now she knows what she wants, does she? Now she's decided to have standards. Now she's not flippy-floppy about how she goes about dating. Now she doesn't want to waste time kissing a bunch of frogs. The reason Miss Testa doesn't want to waste any more time is because she doesn't have any. Of course you're going to be more judicious with your time and who you spend it with. You don't have your whole dating life ahead of you like you did when you were 20. What she's doing in this paragraph, guys, this is called making her necessity a virtue. I'm not wasting, for example, I'm not wasting any more time because I don't have time, right? She didn't have any more time, so she's saying, no, the reason why you're not wasting time is because you don't have any. Here's another one. I would never date a white girl because I can't date white girls. So many thirsty niggas. They're all over these fat IG models, but then as soon as somebody posts a picture of his girlfriend, like your boy, oh, I would never date white girls. She not thick enough for me, bruh. You don't date white girls because you can't date white girls. Here's another one. I love fat women because fat women are the only ones I can get. These thirsty niggas who try to tell me they like women who are slim, thick, they're telling me they're chubby chasers. Nah, fam, you don't really like big women. You say you do, because they're the only women you can get. That is your necessity. You want us to think that if you could date women who are in shape, that you would, but you can't. So you make your necessity a virtue. You guys see how that works?